On the 3rd of June 2008, Western Australia's Varanus Island gas hub experienced a major infrastructure incident which left the state with a third less of its gas. Unlike a natural disaster where you can see the damage and the crisis situation wasn't apparent to the hotel and tourism industry. In fact, it wasn't until Prime Laundry advised they couldn't fulfil a linen order that the severity of the crisis really was understood. So as soon as Tourism Western Australia identified the magnitude of this crisis, and it wasn't going to go away straight away, that's for sure, Tourism Western Australia worked together with industry and Prime Laundry to implement 6 key initiative pillars. These pillars were around situation analysis. We needed to know what was happening at the time. We needed to communicate and engage with our stakeholders. We need to manage our media and the messages that were being broadcasted out there. We needed to have a planned approach to how we were going to work through this crisis. We had to inform and keep our customers involved. And more importantly, when the crisis situation was about to finish, and 2.5 months later that was, we had to continue monitoring the situation to ensure that the integrity of brand Western Australia as a holiday destination was protected. During a crisis situation, it's really important to have open communication. We couldn't have got through these 2.5 months without all the players working together, all the stakeholders. The regional tourism associations formed part of our tourism communications group. They were involved in collating intelligence and information from their region. They were involved in helping us devise strategies on how to manage the crisis, and they were also playing an important role in communicating information back out to the industry stakeholders in regional and remote areas. Being proactive rather than reactive with working with media is really important to ensure that the messages you want are out there for your stakeholders in your region. Some national and international media were broadcasting messages that Perth hotels were closing rooms because of the shortage of linen availability. We had to have a planned approach, and our communications group really worked hard in pulling together some strategies that we could do immediately and some of those contingency strategies as well. At the same time, we were helping Prime in putting its case towards the Office of Energy to identify why this business needed to have gas. We also even looked at the contingency of, hey, we might even have to send linen to the East Coast, and we're looking at the logistics of flying and the finances of flying linen across each day to get laundered. There were a number of scenarios and a number of plans that we had in place. At the beginning, it was just securing day-to-day gas allocations for Prime, and we got to a point in time where Prime was able to purchase gas through a gas bulletin board, and that provided a little bit more security for Prime, and also it ensured that linen was rolling off the production line. Some of the activities that were undertaken included developing some guest flyers that we placed in hotel rooms to make consumers aware of the situation and why we were conserving energy and linen. We created web pages providing tips to the hospitality industry on how they could conserve energy and linen. Some of the tips included turning off pool heaters. Remember, it was the middle of winter at this moment in time. Unnecessary lighting. And in the bathrooms and bedrooms, it was all about conserving linen. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, and one of the areas that we could have really improved on is ensuring that our industry database was kept up to date, ensuring all those email addresses are in your database, because that's the easiest and the quickest way to communicate with the industry. Establishing a list of senior stakeholders, and finally, like all good Boy Scouts, be prepared. So there's never a better time for a regional tourism organisation or a local tourism organisation to work with their industry to develop a crisis management plan for their destination.